and then they just sat in the car, watched the Goonies and had like a Greggs.
Oh, love
It's
that.
the best Sunday ever.
So I'm not great on parent confrontation.
Yes, gave Cindy a golden shower.
Oh, it's getting X-rated this episode.
Cindy never be the same again.
Poor Cindy.
Hello and welcome to I'm Not Judging, but the podcast where we, three mums of school-aged kids, dive into the hilarious, chaotic and sometimes questionable world of modern parenting. I'm Briony May Williams.
And I'm Charlie Fuge.
And I'm Vix Wilshire.
We are not experts and we are definitely not perfect, but we are in the thick of it just like you.
From birthday party politics to screen time battles, we're here to say the things you're thinking.
With a healthy dose of humour, honesty and absolutely no judgment. Well, maybe just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a little bit. Just a
bit.
tiny little bit.
Just a
Small little bit.
tiny bit. How are you guys? You all right?
Oh, good. Absolutely loving being back to school. The kids are really happy to see their friends. Send them off. Definitely.
Is that the only reason that you're happy? That they're happy to see their friends? That's the only reason you're happy?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Only reason. No, it's lush to have them back.
Vix, would you like... Vix, would you like to tell us how you're feeling?
I'm feeling great too. I was literally about I think a husk of myself about a couple of weeks ago. I was just like, oh my gosh. I've loved having them off, obviously. Absolutely adored having them off. But it's just been very long and lots of questions, you know.
And snacks.
Constant questions.
Questions and snacks.
I'm going to say it. I am relieved.
Oh,
Okay.
babe.
Obviously, I miss spending time with Nora, but I am relieved that she's back in school because I just find it's a lot of pressure.
I know. At least the weather was nice though, because we had lots of days out, just being able to get out in the sunshine and go for a walk and whatever. It's just been a nice summer.
Now, I was reading the other day that parents are now expected to spend £300 per child on back to school gear, like teenagers with their Stanley cups and their designer bags.
Oh my God.
Which made me laugh because I've got a Tesco Stanley cup which cost me £6.
I love a Stanley though. It's my fault, right? I'm worse than the kids.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you have real Stanleys?
Yeah, all three of us. I know. But you know, Stanleys are great. They were for builders, right? And then, because Stanley with the tools and stuff.
Were they?
Yeah. And they were to keep their drinks cold or warm or whatever. But somebody, a video went viral because somebody's car was ablaze, on fire, and there was still ice in her Stanley.
No.
Yeah.
Why are they so
I was like,
big?
wow. Why not? Love it.
Look how big this is. I mean, this is a fake Stanley. This is
Does it leak,
the
though?
equivalent of a Lafufu, of a Labubu. This is the equivalent, the Tesco equivalent. I'm not gonna do that because yes, it will leak. Hang on, wait. It's not leaking. Stanley Schmanley, that's what I say. So Charles a Stanley fan. What about you, Vix? Do you, when the girls go back to school, do you do a full back to school, new bags, new pens, new pencil cases?
No. I mean, only if they really, really need them. We got Prim a new Minecraft bag and lunchbox and everything this year because she always ends up with the hand-me-downs and she was like, please can I have a Minecraft one? So yeah, we let it happen this year. But things like shoes and stuff, if they're still fitting, I don't go out and get all brand new stuff. No, I just find it really wasteful and no judgment.
I did have to go cross country to go get the logo jumpers though, because the school has a logo jumper, and I don't logo anything else, so I don't do the t-shirts or anything like that. But the logo jumper, right, I had to go cross country for because they move location of this one place that stocks. So I went to the new location, in the middle of Bristol, And then they didn't stock it. So then they sent me across like the other side of town. I was like some sort of Annika Rice challenge across town to like get to the other side to get these logo jumpers. So that is the only thing that I think every summer, all I'll need to get is like a logo jumper. And most of the time you just have like, every school has the shed, don't they, with the secondhand uniform. And most of the time you can just get a couple of jumpers, secondhand situation. But
slightly feisty smelling.
Yeah, give it a few washes. But no, on this occasion, I had no hand-me-downs. I had no shed. Had to go cross country. Yeah.
Look at you. Well, do you know what I find the most stressful thing is shoe shopping? Because Nora, like school shoe shopping, Nora's got massive feet. She's got the same size feet as me. She's a size 5. Yeah. And the school are like, right, no patent, no this, no that. So you've got to be specific about what shoes you want. And then Nora's super picky about her shoes. I let my mum take her school shopping, right? She found her one pair in John Lewis. I was like, well, that's your first mistake. Why have you gone to John Lewis? They were.
Did you have to remortgage the house?
£60.
Yeah.
£60.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, absolutely not. So I went to Asda, got a pair for £17.
Well done, you. At our school, we've got the polished trainer, is what you're allowed.
Ooh.
So you can have a trainer style, which suits my kids better, but it has to be a polishable trainer. So,
a polishable
trainer.
I did not know they existed.
Basically, the unofficial school shoe in our situation is the Nike Air Force Ones, which is every kid has the Nike Air Force Ones, the polishable shoe trainer situation. So, but they are like 70 quid. So if you've got 2 kids, £140 later.
You're buggered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was thinking about, Charles? I was thinking about school, going back to school, when you guys, was it a Jane Norman bag you guys used to take to school in secondary school?
Yes. Everybody loved Jane Norman. Or a Kukai bag. Do you remember?
Kukai,
Warehouse, all the greats.
But it was literally like a plastic bag, wasn't it?
No, it was like a shopper bag, like a tote. It was more like that. Or maybe it was wipeable. I forget now. But
I feel like it was like plastic, but with like drawstrings. But I remember the Jane Norman and being like, everyone was like, we have to get a Jane Norman bag.
Yeah.
But not like a Jane Norman bag, as in a Jane Norman carry bag.
Like as in what the Jane Norman bag might actually come in if you were shopping at the shop type
thing. Yeah.
I do not remember that, but great.
Do you not?
No.
I just remember going like to secondary school and like my mum refused because everyone was like getting, I don't know, Alessi trainers, or is that how you say it?
Alessi, yeah.
Alessi and all of that. And then mum was like, absolutely not. And I ended up with like a pair of high techs that I like got like a Sharpie and like coloured in what said high tech on it and was like, they're totally cool shoes.
Oh my God, now that you're talking about it, I remember the kickers were like the popular shoe. You know, with the ginormous heel. But because everyone had them, I was like, I'm going to go for the Fila. You know, the Fila brand? I think. Yeah. And I went for like the kicker alternative. And the heel was like this massive platform heel.
Lush.
They were so cool.
So cool.
Good times.
They're back now, the kickers. They're coming out again. Yeah.
They are.
It's coming round.
This is it. We're so old. It's come back round.
Yeah.
It's come back round. Yeah. What have you, have the WhatsApp group started up again?
Oh, yeah. I don't know whether I've just been removed from them. I haven't heard a thing.
Have you muted it and forgotten to unmute it?
I probably have.
What about you, Bri?
I feel like if it's really important, someone will call me, right? Like
exactly, like the school or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you come and pick up your child?
The school. You forgot something really important. Or, you know, I'll just turn up for pickup half an hour early. It's not the end of the world, is it?
Yeah. Actually, I know in a couple of weeks I'm going to get that whole, hiya, just to let you know, little Alfie's got the bum worms and P.S. Annie's got nits, just to let you know. Give it a couple of weeks. Give them all time to like touch each other and rub heads and stuff. And that'll be it. That's when it'll kick off again.
Oh God. Yeah. I just find the WhatsApp groups a bit stressful sometimes. I just can't, I'm going to stay as a passive passive observer, I feel, in the WhatsApp group. No help whatsoever.
I was chatting to my friend at pickup, and she was saying the same. She's just like, I just can't be added to any more. Or like, they're all archived, they're all on silent. She's like, it's just too much for my brain. I've got enough of my own thoughts in my head, let alone everybody else's. So,
what I like to do,
totally get it.
Top tip, when it all gets a bit much, add the
Delete
husband.
WhatsApp.
Add the husband. I just
add
start
your husband?
Yeah, I just. Well, I mean,
just
don't add him to yours.
Gareth.
That would be weird if he was at some other school's WhatsApp.
Like this is Gareth. He's taking over from me.
He's my new admin assistant. Charlie recommended him.
PA to all. I just like to do it so you could just walk a mile in my shoes, you know? Just like, look, you think you've had a tough day? There's 97 messages here. I've added you.
Oh dear. Right, well, I'm adding him to it after we've finished recording.
Love that.
We're going to talk about something that's been in the news now. And this felt quite relevant because it's actually something related to something I did with Nora a few weeks ago. We've got some fun topics to cover today. First of all, did you see in the news that the shoe company Skechers, I don't know if they produce a polishable trainer,
Wow.
I'm not sure, but they've launched a children's shoe with a hidden space for a tracking tag.
Ooh, okay.
For your kid.
Yeah.
So while the shoes are being marketed in a way sort of to help locate lost footwear, because kids come back, they've had PE and they've lost their shoe or whatever. Lots of parents are kind of embracing it as a budget-friendly way to track their children without splashing out on a smartphone or a smartwatch. They're called Find My Skechers. Track my Skechers.
So gone
or my child.
I mean, I could do with one of those for the Air Force Ones, £140 down later.
Oh my God.
Where are they?
Never mind the kids.
Yeah,
I know where they are.
the kids.
Where are the trainers?
Yeah.
Actually, we put out a poll on our Instagram and 77% have said they would tag their kids.
Really?
So would you tag your kids, Vicky?
Oh, it's really difficult. You kind of want to know where they are because you just want to keep them safe always, you know. But I don't know whether it's overly healthy, like an invasion of privacy, you know, and trust as well.
What if you if you said to Daisy or Prim, can I put this in your shoe? And they said, yeah, sure, no worries.
Well, I did ask them.
Oh yeah. What did Prim say?
So, Prim, first of all, I was like, what would you do if Mummy wanted to like tag you? I said, Auntie Bryce, I've been asked to ask you. And she went, Briony, tell her. Oh my God, what is going on? And I was like, oh yeah. She went, firstly, she was like, of course, you're my mum. She said, but what if somebody else was tagging me as well? And I was
like Big Brother. Like that's a good point though, isn't it? Who's got access to the information?
To the tag.
Yeah.
To the tag, man.
That is a good point.
The robots.
The robots, the AI. It's coming for you.
I mean, tell Prim I'm not going to tag her, don't worry.
And then she's like, whoa. And then at the
not
end,
without your permission, anyway.
Bloody hell. It's like, okay, good night.
Yeah, sure, sorry. Don't have bad dreams about Auntie Barney stalking you. What about you, Charlie? Did you ask the girls?
I did, and so I've already got Life 360 on Darcy's phone. So I do sort of like, that's like a tagging kind of thing, isn't it? It's like a location kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's really helpful when they're like, oh, can you come get me? I'm like, by this tree. And you're like, what? And it tells you how much battery you've got left. So she was literally at the park the other day with her friends. And I said to her, you've not got much battery left on your phone. You know, who you hanging out with? She said some of her friends, and I was like, oh, okay, if I need to get hold of you, I'll give them a call. So, you know, like things like that I guess just wasn't around when we were younger. So she doesn't mind that side of it. But with Meg, she doesn't go anywhere sort of without me. Yeah. So the kind of tagging side of it isn't really massively relevant for right now.
Would you ask her first, though?
I would, yes. So, like, when I asked them earlier on, they were like, yeah, but with permission. So that was the big thing. They're like, I wouldn't want anything going on that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I've actually got Live 360 on my phone for me and my mum.
Excellent.
Because
does she go missing
at the
a lot?
Age of 40. No,
I don't know where I am, Bri. Come get me. I'm by a tree.
I mean,
I'm lost in John Lewis.
Yeah, she's always in bloody John Lewis. She worries about me because I travel a lot with work. Where are you? But now I'll speak to her when I'm in the car driving on the motorway, and she'll give me a commentary of where I'm going. She'll be like, "Oh, we're just going past the Amazon warehouse in Swindon. Why are you sitting watching my little dot on Live 360 go up the M5?"
I wonder if it's like got your face.
You can watch.
It's literally just a little dot.
But you could also go onto it and see like Street View. Because when Gareth was in New York for work, he was like, "Oh, guess where I am?" I was like, "I can tell you right now." Boop. And then like went on Street View. I was like, "Here you are."
I've got a little AirTag for Nora because I've started giving her a little bit more freedom. Say we're with friends or whatever out shopping if she wants to go off to a shop on her own.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of like the idea of her having the AirTag with her. But yeah, I feel like if, I think with permission, I think it can be a good thing.
It's also like not relying on it as well, isn't it? Because there have been situations where both of my two have been in a situation where there's been like miscommunication, and in both situations, after school they've gone back to the school. So like, do you know what I mean? Where you don't have a smartphone or you don't have a phone, what do you do in those situations? And so they both knew what to do in that situation. And I think with or without an AirTag,
good though, isn't it?
But it's like a learn that they were really freaked out, and it's like the conversation that you've then got to have. You know what I mean? Like what to do if I've seen a kid before where he was just around the corner from the school and he was crying his eyes out, and I was with my daughters and I said, what's wrong, what's the matter? And he was like, I don't know where my mum is. And I was like, you need to go back to the school, it's just around the corner, they will phone your mum, you need to do that. And it's having that conversation, isn't it? Like if you can't always rely on a smartphone or an AirTag, you need to know what to do in the situation where mum or dad isn't there.
If Prim had been that little boy, she would have been like, shall I just come home with you?
Yeah.
Let's do this. What are you having for tea? Let's just
you look like a nice family.
Maybe you need the AirTag.
She's literally done that before. Well, this is it. Because she's a little flight
Might be time
risk.
to invest in the Skechers.
I wonder whether I will change my mind as she gets older about the AirTags. I'll be like, she'll be like
Skechers.
chipped.
Yeah.
AirTagged. Branded.
Something else I read about earlier this week was that your child's extracurricular schedule is not just burning them out, it's burning you out too. And I can definitely get on board with this and understand why this happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys, but
I've just
Charles,
had to take a Pro Plus before I did this.
Are you wired
Not
now,
really.
Vix? Are you wired?
Yeah. I've had my Pro Plus and my Gold Bar. No, I haven't really. I have gone through periods where I feel like they've probably done too many after school clubs and then they're really tired. And especially as we get closer to Christmas and they're like just a bit run down and stuff. And, you've got to kind of weigh it up. And I will always say if they're like, I'm too tired, I can always kind of try and encourage them. But if they really don't want to go, I'm not going to push them. They're not like training for the Olympics. This is about like growing confidence and trying new things and enjoyment, not like it shouldn't be a chore,
Absolutely fair. What about you, Charles? Because your girls are really active, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and they really love it, and they want to do it all. And so it's really kind of like you have to be the bad guy that says no. And I have really felt that. And they need their rest as well. They need the chance to reset. And I think especially at the start of school, when you're back to it, we've just had such a nice summer and I've loved the summer holidays, but then you're right back to it. And then they are so tired. So tired.
Oh my God, they've been so tired.
And it's
this
just
week,
the routine of it, isn't it? And it's going to take a couple of weeks to really kick in, but they want to do it, don't they? They love it. They absolutely love it. Yeah, tricky one.
So so you're saying if they're happy to do it and they want to do it, you're happy to encourage it and support that. even though that then might also make you quite tired.
Within reason. I think that if they're too tired, I would step in and be like, no more. You can't. One of my kids was doing a club that was 3 times a week, and then was, competitions away and things like that. It just meant that she couldn't then do much else outside of that.
Yeah, socialise with the friends.
Yeah, and she loved it, and it was great. But you have to dial it back if you think you've got to step in there.
Yeah, I think, Nora does, after school clubs. She used to do cubs, but she kind of got to the point where she didn't really want to go anymore, and it was stressing her out going. Aww. So I thought, well, if it's going to stress her out, there's no point. She's done it for years, and she's enjoyed it. So if she's not enjoying it anymore, then absolutely not. And it did take me back to when I used to go to guides, and then when I was 14, decided we didn't want to go to guides anymore because it was on a Friday night and Friends was on, and that was more important. So we stopped going to guides.
Oh,
that's a great reason.
But I think, she's at her school. There are so many clubs and opportunities for her to get involved that I want her to take those and enjoy those.
Definitely.
But she's so shattered when she comes home from school. And I think part of what this article was saying is that actually it's really important that children have that unstructured time at home. Mm-hmm. And because it's actually, that's what their, the relaxation is just kind of coming home and doing nothing, or, even being bored. God forbid these kids are allowed to be bored. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
And I do think that we are so guilty of this, and I know I am as well, that we think that they have to be entertained constantly.
Yeah.
From the minute they wake up to the minute they go to bed, and it's our responsibility to keep them busy, keep them occupied and keep them entertained for the whole time.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that when I was a kid. I don't remember the whole song and dance. It was like go and entertain yourself for a bit.
100%.
Yeah.
Like my mum was great, like when we were kids, and like getting out, the potatoes to do the potato print painting and doing stuff with us. But like a lot of the time we, she was doing stuff and we were just playing, and I used to play for hours with like my Sylvanians and set up whole like worlds of Megatalon gang, my Sylvanians, all on a train track and stuff. But I think you're right now, they're like, I think because we're working as well, and you're like, I want to make the time really special and like it be the best thing. And then sometimes like Matt picked Prim up from somewhere the other day, and then they just sat in the car, watched the Goonies, and had like a Greggs.
Oh,
and she's like,
this love that
is the best Sunday ever.
That sounds dreamy.
And I was like, I've just spent 3 weeks Paxton Park up on the flipping high ropes and all this. Like, look, I'm like Jazz Hand CBeebies mum. He takes her to Greg and Goonies in the car, and I'm like, But no, it is. I think it is important to have those downtimes, and we need to remind ourselves that is really, really important. Like, for all of us. Yeah,
I've got a lovely visual of you, little Vicky, playing with Sylvanian families, and I can totally see it in my head. Like,
I loved it.
Yeah,
so
me too.
much.
They're so expensive.
So expensive.
I was a Barbie girl. Barbie all the way.
Love the Barbies. I had a Cindy house.
Oh, amazing.
I know.
Barbies all the way.
I've got a story about that, actually, my Cindy house.
Yeah.
Go on,
apologise to my brother in advance.
What did he do?
What did he do? When I was, I think he must have been about 4 or something, and I was asleep, and I just heard, and I was like, what's going on? Woke up, and he's having a wee in my Cindy house.
No.
Yes, he'd walked, bless him.
Oh
into me.
no!
No.
He was only
He had a golden shower.
Bless him. But yeah, there we go.
He gave Cindy a golden shower. That's hilarious.
Cindy a golden shower. Is that what you said? I was like, did you say something about golden
gave Cindy
showers?
a golden shower.
Oh, it's getting X-rated this episode.
Cindy never be the same again.
Poor Cindy.
Oh, poor Cindy.
Poor Cindy. Never the same again was our Cindy. But yeah, I agree with, not with peeing on Cindy, absolutely not. That's outrageous behaviour. But like, I think we are too hard on ourselves, and that we can just say sometimes, just go off and just entertain yourselves. Like, we need to be better at doing that, just to give ourselves a few minutes of just time to do other stuff that we've got to do, because we've all got so much to do.
Spin all those plates.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, it's time for Overheard in the Playground, girls. And each week we are going to lift the lid on something we've overheard in the playground, because we all love a bit of gossip, don't we? Come on now, if we're honest.
Do a little bit. Just a little bit.
This week we're going to be talking about children's parties, because it's very much on my mind. Nora's birthday party is on Saturday.
Yay! Is it this Saturday?
So Vix. Yay! Yay! I am excited, honest. Vix, you've overheard something on this subject.
Yes, I did. Totes orcs. Basically, there was two mums chatting, having a little chat about an upcoming birthday party, and one of the kids had been invited and the other hadn't, and they're all part of like the same friendship group. So it's just awkward, isn't it? And it's just really hard to navigate. It really is. But it also like got me thinking, God, I know, like Prim's already talking about her birthday. She's like literally picked her up from school today. Her birthday's in March. We haven't even had like Halloween and Christmas. And she's like, I want a woodland theme and I want a mushroom cake. Okay. And I was like, sure. Yeah, totally. Okay. So yeah, but I was just like, oh God, there's just so much to manage. And as you can imagine, I absolutely love a party. You know I do. And I love, getting, I mean, me and Matt dressed up last year as
oh my God,
she
the picture
had,
was
I know, Alice in
joyous.
Wonderland themed. It was great. And I dressed up as one of the flowers and Matt was the Mad Hatter. Like
Love
we get well
that.
involved.
Yes.
But there's just so I just went over the top, I just went over the top and put way too much pressure on myself. Yeah, never. That's not me. Way too much pressure on myself. Everyone had a great time and so did I. But it's just so much to think about. And the party bags.
Oh, don't. They stress me out.
Yeah. Have I put enough in? Or like I try and avoid like the plastic stuff as well, because I just think it all ends up in landfill. But at the same time, I'm also like, no shade to the mums with the plastic stuff, because Jesus, like it's just so hard to try and think of, and so expensive to do it kind of eco-friendly as well, So yeah, it's just a lot, isn't it? Organising.
Yeah, but how do you handle the guest list though? The parent whose child wasn't invited.
Oh, I know.
It's so tough.
It's so hard. Like, how do you handle that, Charles?
Yeah.
That is so tough.
Yeah, Charlie, come on.
Oh God, yeah.
You have all the answers.
I think that's so tough.
Come on, wise one.
But I think that is something that, is the kid aware? Are they going to have like the kids talking in the school like, oh, we're going to so-and-so's party. Yeah. And so they know about the exclusion. And in that situation, you just like have to be the emotional support for the kid, don't you?
Yeah.
You can't do anything but kind of support that, because it's going to happen, right? Like you're not always going to get picked. And, you have to just help your kid through that and explain,
yes, you do,
that life can sometimes throw you a little bit of a curveball, and you just got to hug them a bit tighter.
Yeah.
So if something like that happened to you, you wouldn't go to the parent and say, hey, why is my kid not invited?
So I'm not great on parent confrontation, because I just feel like it's not a great position to be in, because who wins
just
out
sending
of that?
Gareth.
Who wins out of that though? I just feel like that is not, like, the decision's been made, right? And they've obviously thought, I'm not going to invite so-and-so or what have you. When you confront somebody, you're trying to change the end result. And I think that in this situation where they've already made the decision, you just have to kind of coach your kid through it. But I'm not saying everyone needs to agree with that, but I just I wouldn't.
Think it's really good advice, Charlotte.
I wouldn't.
I mean, for me, I'd be like, I just couldn't. I'd probably have to convince them to invite the child, because I just feel so awful on that child's behalf. But at the same time, like, again, like the respect thing of other people, other child's choices. It's really hard.
Kids'
Animal
parties are so difficult.
I've said to Nora, this is the last sort of party we're doing, because I've said next year you can pick like 5 friends and we're going to go bowling or something, or I'll take you, to the cinema or something, whatever.
Yeah.
But as she's growing up, things are changing, and this year it's a pampered disco, which I don't know how that's going to look on Saturday. Like, well, I don't know.
Do we
dance
bring their own
and kind of
dance,
wash our faces,
eat some cucumber run? Yeah.
They're going to be shaking their micellar water.
I love it.
On the dance floor. So I don't know how it's going to work, but it's happening. So here we go.
At least I don't have to do anyone's hair this time.
That's true. I did rope you in last year to do people's hair.
Oh my God. I remember turning up and you were like...
I was the hair station.
I'm hair station. I was like, what are you doing?
And all I knew how to do was French braids. So I was just like, do you want a French plait? Yeah, it's happening.
But you nailed it. You nailed it. Do you know, I've roped in a different friend this year, Charlie. You'll be pleased to hear. I've tagged someone else in.
You've traded me in. You've upgraded.
I've upgraded. I'm sorry.
My audition
You're not mad about it, though, are
failed. You? No.
You're on Volivants, all right?
For Nora's party, for the guest list, as if she's doing some sort of VIP event. Yeah.
Have you got her a
cordon off a little corner? If your name's not down, you're not coming in. We went for who's in her current class and who was in her class last year, because they've mixed the classes up this year. So I was like, I could just, it's just too many otherwise.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of narrow it down some way. So we did that, and I'm still a bit like, oh, I hope that's okay. I hope I haven't upset anybody.
Oh, it's so difficult.
But maybe they'll be like us and not want to confront me anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so some more gossip, because we love it, between you and me. In this part of the show, we will be giving our listeners a chance to share what they really feel about being a parent. Maybe it's a situation that has arisen, or just something that they want to get off their chest, or even their own bit of playground gossip. And we'll discuss it, maybe even offer up some unqualified advice. So this week, we've had an email come in. So Sarah from Yorkshire writes, today, my 9-year-old son came home after school and said his friend had been playing with some of the older boys at school, and they called his friend a virgin. And he asked what it was. When he asked me, I felt my face go bright red, and I fobbed him off, saying we would chat about it later. Now I feel bad for not addressing it in the moment.
Oh, no.
I've known these questions were going to come one day, and I'd like to talk to him honestly, but I feel absolutely clueless with what words to say. Can you help me with some appropriate words, phrases to explain to things to explain to a 9-year-old? Eek, I'm lost, help.
Oh my God. First of all, that feels very kind of 90s vibe. Virgin. Do you know what I mean?
Virgin, yeah.
You're virgin. Like,
are you frigid? You're so frigid.
Yeah, you're so frigid.
Awkward.
Oh, Charlotte.
I know.
I would just be really factual.
Yeah.
I would just literally say, it means you've not had sex. Do you want to know more about that? And then let them have the option. I would let
do you want to know more?
Yeah, but he might be like, okay, that's enough for me. Like, thanks, you've answered my question. Or he might be like, oh no, I don't know. And then because sometimes you can overshare.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? You can just say way too much about the birds and the bees, or like periods, or like bodily functions and changes. And sometimes they're not ready for it. So I think just say it factually and then ask if they want to know more. That is what I would go with.
Yes.
That's good advice. Yeah. Have you had the birds and the bees chat with yours, Vic?
Yes, it's been ongoing forever. I've just always answered the question, quite honestly. And like, even from when they were little about things, I've just, we used to say to Daisy, she'd be like, where did the babies come from? And I'd be like, well, Mummy and Daddy do a special hug. And then 9 months later, there is a baby. A baby. Like, she'd ask specifics, and I can't remember exactly what I'd say, but I would tell the truth, but she'd forget it. And then it'd come back up again, and she'd ask again, and I'd say again. And then I don't think I've ever like sat down and had the birds and the bees chat. It's just been like an ongoing thing. The same with Prim. I just feel like because I did ask Daisy last night. I said, do you remember ever not knowing? She's like, no, not really. It's just been like, I've just always known about stuff. Like, we're quite an open family and just talk about everything. So that's the way it works for us. But I'm sure, and it depends on the child, I think, as well, you know, and the family.
Nora's main question was, where do babies come from? Like where, but physically, where do they come from? Like, how do they get out? That was her main concern.
She's like really worried about it.
Yeah, but when I told her that she came out of me, out of my downstairs, she was horrified. Right? That's terrible. I can't believe I just said that, right? Come on, I'm a 40-year-old woman. When she came out of my vagina, right?
She came out of my downstairs.
Downstairs area. We're not bloody Downton Abbey. Right. When she came out of me, out of my vajayjay, I told her that, she was horrified. The look on her face, she was like, that can't be right. And I was like, no, seriously. And that is why Mummy can't hold her wheeze anymore.
It's all your bloody fault.
It's all your fault. And I said to her, you know, and then we were talking, I don't know, a couple of months later, I was like, do you think you'll ever want to have kids? She went, no.
You put her off for life.
Absolutely.
Not after hearing about where they come from.
She won't get pregnant super young, right?
Well, there we go.
So
she's horrified by the thought.
That's a preventative thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But we kind of naturally got onto the sex chat a bit because she was asking about periods and she was starting to be a bit worried about that. Aww. So we've got this great book that kind of explains periods, sex, hormones, that kind of thing in quite you know, she's only 9, so similar age to Sarah's child.
Yeah.
And they've got one for boys and they've got one for girls. And, you know, we just kind of would read through it and I'd say, right, this bit is about this. Do you want to know about this at the minute? And she'd be like, yeah, I do. So we'd read on. And then she'd be like, actually, that's enough for tonight, Mummy. I don't want to know anymore. So kind of letting her lead it a little bit.
Be led by them.
And also, I think, because when you've got the book in front of you, because there's something about it. It's like when I talk to her in the car. I always find that's a really good place to have a conversation because there's something about the fact that them not having to look directly at you, or you directly at them, sometimes just helps the conversation flow a little bit.
It's not so intense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that is a good bit of advice for Sarah. Like, now you've had this happen, maybe like just go with the flow. Get the book, and just to keep it an open conversation, so it doesn't, because it only gets awkward if you make it awkward.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah. We really hope that helps, Sarah. If you want to send in a funny anecdote or parenting problem that you might want some lighthearted, unqualified, just to clarify that again, advice on these, please drop us a line at imnotjudgingbutpod@gmail.com or leave us a voice note. You can find the link for this on our Instagram bio. We are at I'm Not Judging But Pod. Also, if you're enjoying watching us on YouTube, please go on, like and subscribe. We would really appreciate your help with that. Now, coming up next time, you can find all about how Nora's pamper disco party went and what that actually looked like. We don't know yet, but we will next week. Thanks so much, Charlie and Vix. Love you guys.
We love you.
And we'll be back next Thursday with more of I'm Not Judging, but have a good week.
Bye.